We are refugees. If not for a change in date or time or location, these refugees could be us and we could be them.
The current client inspires me a lot in that they come with positive expectation and that energy with hope.
I'd like to offer a blessing to all those families who are resettling, whether they're Afghani, Syrian, Ukrainian. And this is the ancient benediction we find in the Torah. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God's radiance shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's presence be with you always and give you peace.
JCFS HIAS Immigration and Citizenship has resettled refugees this year from Afghanistan, from Burma, Sudan and Syria, Iraq and Guatemala, the Democratic Republic of Congo. And we have other folks who will be joining us from other parts of the world later this year as well.
Since 1983, HIAS has resettled 36,000 refugees. HIAS is working to ensure housing for refugees is safe.
I do the housing checklist, making sure to furnish and prepare the housing and all the materials and whatever is needed for the housing before the case arrived to our state.
The mission of the Chicago Furniture Bank is to work with our partner organizations like HIAS to help stabilize those in crisis and living in poverty through providing furniture.
The Chicago Furniture Bank has allowed us to furnish the homes of our refugee participants at virtually no cost.
The Chicago Furniture Bank works with HIAS and the partnering synagogues to provide a whole home's worth of furniture for incoming resettling families.
My name is Jeff Ader and I'm a fundraising co-sponsor with HIAS. Once the U.S. government started resettling people here in Chicago through HIAS's auspices, we wanted to find any way we could to help. I went and I sent out emails to about 25 friends of mine who own apartments in the Chicagoland area that I thought would be able to help, and the response was amazing.
This is the greatest team ever. This work is very unpredictable. Sometimes we have 1 week's notice before somebody arrives here in the Chicago area.
Volunteers have long been a critical part of HIAS's services.
My role as part of HIAS and JCFS is to be a volunteer, and we support a family that is also supported by JCFS and HIAS. We support them in every way imaginable.
They help people practice English. They help prepare for citizenship tests.
Help to set up their apartment when they first arrived. And then we have provided ongoing mentoring and tutoring support in conjunction with HIAS.
And now with the growth of refugee services, they're setting up apartments. They're helping people understand how to navigate the train systems and register their kids for school and go to the grocery store.
Their list of needs is no match for our skills.
There's enough problems in the world right now. We want to be part of the solution.
HIAS is very important to me. My mother's parents had the experience of having HIAS when they were forced to leave Austria.
I came to the States 4 years ago as a refugee. This really puts me in that line to providing a comprehensive services to refugee families. Being a refugee, I know the challenges that refugees go through, and I have that hope and belief that getting into this line, I can support them to meet their desires and needs.
I was emigrated 4 years and 6 months before. I came through the same process, and since then I was also volunteering with many agencies here.
My family is a family of refugees. My maternal grandparents survived the Holocaust. My mom was born in an internally displaced persons camp in Germany, and they were resettled as refugees when my mom was 3. My paternal grandparents fled Berlin for Shanghai, lived in the Shanghai ghetto for a decade before they were resettled as refugees as well. So it's a very personal experience for myself and my family.
I'm inspired by volunteers.
I'm inspired by all the individuals that support refugee families.
I am inspired by the Jewish community.
I think of my grandmother who escaped from what was Ukraine and had to cross a river that she didn't know how to swim and almost drowned, but somebody saved her, pulling her out of the water by the hair. I thought of her being a refugee and those who have helped her, and it was my turn. And I wasn't the only one who felt that way.
We are only as good as how we treat our most vulnerable.
We've learned that kindness is universal. We've learned that giving is incredibly rewarding.
Many people that HIAS helps are in these situations and no fault of their own. And I believe it is their right to have that dignity and to be comfortable.
I think about a young woman who had not been exposed to school in her home country and just enrolled in a Chicago public high school for the very first time, and is now very bravely, very courageously going to school on her own every day to be in this new environment that she is absolutely excited about. And it's a reminder to me to be brave to face my fears, to try new things, to step out of my comfort zone.
It was Mark Hetfield, president and CEO of National HIAS, who said, and I paraphrase, "We used to help refugees because they were Jewish. Now we help refugees because we are Jewish."
I've been so inspired to watch Jessica, as well as the entire HIAS team, lead this work.
I'm biased, but I would say that this is the most incredible work that one can do. I am inspired by every person that contributes to the success of HIAS.
I'm inspired by community.
I am inspired by teamwork.
I'm inspired by HIAS.
I'm inspired by HIAS.
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 I am inspired by our HIAS family.